Hello and welcome to Sports Buzz. Tomorrow, Sunday, March 9th, ICC Champions Trophy 2025 final will be played between India and New Zealand in Dubai. To talk about this, we have former international ICC umpires and ex-cricketer Shavir Tarapore. Thanks, Shavir, for talking to the Federal.
Yeah, thank you very much. My pleasure.
Shavir, my first question would be India have been unbeaten so far in the tournament. They will be obviously going into the final as favorites, isn't it?
Yeah, true. I mean, they played good cricket so far, and as you know very well, it's a game after all. So at the moment, they've done overall. The team has performed pretty well. Let's see. Tomorrow is a different day, different opposition, and keeping in mind that tomorrow is the grand finale, the final. Whatever we have played, of course, including the semi-finals that we played, the team has done well.
Again, Shavir, you yourself have been a spinner, so spinners will rule the roost, isn't it? Again tomorrow.
See, going by the press reports, what I read today about the pitch, of course, it all matters about the pitch finally. Tomorrow, I mean, what I read in the press this morning was basically that they are, I believe, preparing the pitch for the one that was used for the India-Pakistan
India, right.
game, the first game. So, going by how that pitch played, probably I think India have a little bit of an upper hand where the spin department is concerned. All the four spinners have done well. So it's a matter of tomorrow what the team management has a final look at the pitch and then decides the team composition. And the same will go for New Zealand too, because New Zealand are coming after the semi-finals to Dubai. So of course they did play a match or two in Dubai, if my memory goes right, and in Dubai
One
as
match they played. One match in the
yeah,
group stage against India.
correct. So that was a group stage. Group stage cricket is totally different, as we all know, when it comes to the final knockout or a knockout game. And going by history of Dubai, where I've also had the opportunity of umpiring many years ago. Of course, things have changed since then, but it's always been a sort of a pitch that normally aids spinners and plays a bit slow and tacky. And even in this Champions Trophy, the few matches that have been played in Dubai, the batsmen initially have, I'm using the word initially, have found it a bit difficult because the ball is not really coming onto the bat that easily.
And in big matches, Shavir, we always talk about scoreboard pressure and stuff like that. Would it be advisable for the teams or the captain who wins the toss to bat first?
See, again, that again will depend upon uh, how the what the pitch looks like and what the team management decides to do. However, on a personal level, I always feel in a crunch game, and finals is always a crunch game. I have always believed bat first, put the opposition under pressure, put the score on the board, and then see how it goes forward.
Whenever India plays, there's always pressure on two or three key players like Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, and they will be also feeling the pressure, isn't it?
See, it's quite obvious. It happened not only in India, Indian team. It always happens. It happens in all teams when you have legends and when you have players who have performed all over the world and all over the years that they played the game for at any level, and especially at the top level. It's obvious that team will always revolve around two, three players, and they are the most experienced players. So why not? I don't think so. I mean, I think that the days have gone by uh, when these top players really feel the pressure. May not be the pressure, but as we say, each game is a new game. So that little bit of butterflies in the stomach, that's it. But I don't think so it'd be anything about pressure.
I also want to ask you about captaincy. Rohit Sharma has become the first captain in cricket history to take the team to all four ICC tournament finals. be it the Test Championship, T20 Champions Trophy, and ODI World Cup as well. So, where do you rate Rohit Sharma? You have seen, you have umpired so many matches, Indian matches and international as well. You have seen Dhoni, Sachin, Virat Kohli, and now Rohit. So, where do you rate Rohit Sharma's captaincy, his legacy?
Well, well, all's well that ends well. So he's been leading the side well. As you said, he's brought India a lot of glory, and in all the four ICC tournaments, India have entered the finals. But one thing that the saying goes, I mean, that's a saying that we've always heard as youngsters and all. A captain as good as his team.
Right,
So
right.
it's obviously a man who has led the team all these years, given the country the results. So why not? I think then he should be in the top bracket as the other captains of India that have gone by.
From an umpire's perspective, so we know players also feel the pressure. How big a game is this for the umpires, on-field umpires, third umpire, and the reserve umpire and the match referee as well? How much is the pressure on umpires from that perspective? Can you tell us?
I don't think so. Then I'll just go back to what I said earlier, where the players were concerned. I think all the umpires are hardened enough. They've been in these situations, and I'm sure they'll do the job to the best of their ability. And today's cricket is all, I mean, there's so much of DRS and so much of
Right, right,
technology involved. And I mean, compared to when I umpired earlier, of course, I also had DRS and all. But uh, the thing is that, as I said, I mean, they are the top. I mean, everyone that who officiates in these tournaments are in the top bracket of umpiring or match referee or anybody. So, as I said, I don't think so. There'll be pressure as such. There won't be pressure because they've all gone through the whole grind already, and I'm sure some of these gentlemen have also stood in World Cup games. They've stood in other ICC big tournaments, whether it be T20 or the 5-day format of the Test cricket and all that. So it's just another game. Probably, if I was umpiring, I would take it in that manner even today.
No, I ask because there's in the era of social media, there's so much scrutiny on umpires. Even one little mistake, they pounce on the umpires.
Why are we talking only on the umpiring aspect? General life itself is like this. All of us are on social media. If somebody makes a mistake, it's all blown out in any
Right, right,
walk of life today.
right.
It's not only pertaining to cricket or hockey or football or the referee or the umpire. So that we read and then move ahead.
Talking about New Zealand's batting, like who could be the main threat? We all always know Kane Williamson, big match player. So will the Kiwis batting revolve around him?
I mean the same like how Ari, as you only asked me, the Indian team batting uh, revolves around the Rohits and the Kohlis and
Always.
probably the top four, top five. The same thing
Right,
will happen with New Zealand also, because Rachin Ravindra and Kane Williamson, all of them have got hundreds in this tournament. They seem to be in good
right,
nick. The only difference, before you can ask me the question, but I probably this is what I've seen throughout this tournament. The since India are playing, I mean India versus New Zealand finals. I think there's definitely been an edge where New Zealand have just now, and in that's in their fielding aspect. They are
right,
fielding brilliantly right through this tournament, whether it's ground fielding or the catching. Catching have been some Glenn Phillips catches, Williamson's
right, right.
catches. I mean, some of them have almost changed the game itself. So fielding also will play a very big role tomorrow.
Right. And one last question, Shavir. I have spoken about Rohit. You also spoke. If India wins tomorrow, will that be the like? Will Rohit decide to sign off from ODIs because he's almost 37 now? Do you think will he quit from the format just like he did from T20Is after India won the World Cup last year?
I think that's a personal decision that only he can take. But just to answer your question, whether he retires or he doesn't retire, and hopefully India wins, it'll be a swan song for him. Whenever he whenever he quits this format.
Thanks a lot, Shavir, for your thoughts.